Hi, I'm Matt Hill. Welcome to my protest song workshop. I'm a singer songwriter and I'm going to talk to you about protest songs. I write all kinds of songs. I write about love and relationships and family and history. But in amongst that, I will also write songs about things that I think are important, things that I care about, and these are often called protest songs. So they're songs about particular issues that people want to sing about. Um, and throughout history, people have used these kind of songs to get across their opinions and to spread ideas. So today, I'm going to sing you some of these songs, and we're going to learn a little bit about the history of them and where they are today, and about how you might even go about writing one. So perhaps I should start off by actually playing you one. So this is a song that I wrote, and it's called "If Your Lips Move." Well, you must think I'm stupid, 'cause I fell for it before. I believed your weasel words when you came knocking at my door. Now you're asking me to trust you. You say it's not in doubt. Well, I don't need to worry, 'cause I figured it all out. And if your lips move, you're lying, you're not telling me the truth. And if you open up your mouth, I won't need no further proof. And if your lips move, you're lying, you're stringing me along. If you say something's right, I'll know it must be wrong. Well, now you say tough times are here and everything must change. And we all must tighten up our belts, prepare to share the pain. There's no money left for welfare, education, or health. But the billionaires get richer with no limits on their wealth. So if your lips move, you're lying, you're not telling me the truth. If you open up your mouth, I won't need no further proof. If your lips move, you're lying, you're stringing me along. If you say something's right, I'll know it must be wrong. From the penny in your pocket to the rise in VAT, we all must work for longer, for little or less pay. But your corporate friends and bankers have a tax break on the way. So I'm not gonna listen to a single thing you say. 'Cause if your lips move, you're lying, you're not telling me the truth. If you open up your mouth, I won't need no further proof. If your lips move, you're lying, you're stringing me along. If you say something's right, I'll know it must be wrong. If you say something's right, I'll know it must be wrong. So that's "If Your Lips Move, You're Lying." And it's just a little daft song I wrote about politicians who promise you a lot when it comes to election time and then don't always deliver on their promises. So you could call that a protest song. So let's ask the question, what is a protest song? Well, as I said, it's a song that's got some sort of meaning. It's about something you feel passionate about, something you care about. It's got a point to make. And if you look through history, they've always been there. But they're still here. You know, people often say, oh, no one writes them anymore, but that's not true. A lot of today's music is very political, and there's lots of protest songs out there. Hip hop particularly is full of them. And if you look in the UK grime scene, trap and drill, those kinds of offshoots of it, and someone like Stormzy is a very political songwriter. I mean, he recently had a song that he did at Glastonbury where he attacked the government for their response to the Grenfell tragedy. That's a political protest song. And even in pop music, mainstream pop music, someone like Taylor Swift is known for writing quite political songs sometimes. So like her song Only the Young is about what's happening in America with the school shootings and how that must feel for young people. So these protest songs are very much with us and still with us. But I'm going to sing you one now that's not current at all. In fact, it's about 170 years old, and it comes from 1848. Now, back in the 19th century, people were fighting for the right to vote, something we take for granted today. But back then, most people didn't have a vote. So there was this movement called Chartism, and they were pushing and marching and petitions and fighting, for this right to vote. And one of the ways that they reached people, because there was no internet, there was no television, newspapers were barely accessible, they used songs. So people would write songs and often use the tunes of popular songs, and they would get them out on bits of paper and sell them and pass them around the pub so that people would sing these songs. And this is one of them. It comes from 1848, and it's the Chartist anthem, and it's about trying to inspire the Chartists to stay strong in the face of the opposition. A lot of them were being put in prison. So it was a song that was needed to make them feel like, hey, come on, we can do this. It goes like this. 100 years, 1,000 years, we're marching on the road. The going isn't easy, 'cause we've got a heavy load. Oh, we've got a heavy load. The way is blind with blood and sweat, and death rings in our ears. But time is marching on our side. We will defeat the years. Oh, we will defeat the years. Speak with one voice, we march, we rest, then march again upon the years. Sons of our sons are listening to hear the Chartist cheers. Oh, to hear the Chartist cheers. So as you can hear in that song, they're trying to inspire people and let them feel that what they're doing is really important, even though it's tough. Death's in our ears. We're on this road and we're fighting, but sons of our sons, our grandchildren are listening to us. This is historic. And so that song served that purpose of trying to inspire people. And that is one element of a good protest song. So let's ask ourselves, what is it that makes a protest song? Well, that inspirational part of it is quite important. But another part is repetition and simplicity. And so I'm going to play a little bit of a song that became a real anthem in the 50s and 60s, the 1950s and 60s, the 20th century, the heyday of protest songs, really. This song was associated with the American Civil Rights Movement, but it's still sung today. And one of the reasons is that it's quite a memorable song, and it's called We Shall Overcome. It goes like this. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. So one of the things you'll notice about that song is that there's a lot of repetition. So deep in my heart, I shall believe we shall overcome one day. That gets repeated after every part, but each of those parts is the same line repeated 3 times. So it's we are not afraid, we are not afraid, we are not afraid. We'll march hand in hand, we'll march hand in hand. And the reason that repetition works is that if you're on a march and somebody starts to sing that song, you'll pick it up really quickly. Just within a couple of times of them singing it, you'll go, oh yeah, that's how it goes. And so suddenly there's a whole group of you singing it. And that's why that song works, because it's got a simple repetition so that people can pick up on that. And that's an important part of a protest song. So what else? So we've talked about being inspirational and about repetition. A good title, I would say, is one of the most important parts. And it almost needs to be a slogan. So I'm going to play a couple of little bits of songs here that are really just one phrase over and over again. So back again, these all come from the 60s and 70s, when, you know, protest songs were in the pop charts. They were really popular. But this is a message song that the Beatles did in 1967. It's called All You Need Is Love, and it's just all you need is love. All you need is love. And all you need is love, love. Love is all you need. That's all it is. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need. So John Lennon from the Beatles was good at this sort of thing. He wrote one that's just one line, and it's sung over and over again throughout the world, even to this day. And it's just, all we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance, just over and over again. But that message hammers home, and crowds of people can really pick that up and sing with that in a big group. So now one that's perhaps more of a song, but has still got that very catchy slogan type of it. And this is written by Bob Marley, who's a Jamaican musician, an incredible musician who became a global icon. You know, he's known all over the world, Bob Marley. And this is called Get Up, Stand Up. I'm just going to play a little bit of that. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Well, you can fool people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So now you've seen the light, you better stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. So that's another example of a simple slogan: get up, stand up, don't give up your rights. You can imagine it written on a placard being carried by someone in a march. So how would you write a protest song? Well, I haven't got time to go into how you write a song, but just as a simple thing, what you're looking for is that key phrase that you want to have, like give peace a chance, get up, stand up. And one of the ways that I do that is let's say I wanted to write a song about, well, this week the exam results have come out, the GCSEs and A-levels, and they messed it up with using this algorithm that was really unfair to the students. And I was watching a guy an A-level student talking about this, and he was like, you know, you robbed me of my future, and I'm really angry about it. And so I'd be listening to what he says about an issue. So research it and read it. And often the best phrases are in the conversations that people have and the way that they talk about it. So let's say that lad, I'd start by let's say that we take the phrase, you've robbed me of my future. I would start by saying it rather than singing it. You've robbed me of my future. You've robbed me. And I think robbed, okay, so you've robbed me of my future. So I'd start maybe, you've robbed me of my future with a rhythm. You've robbed me of my future. and I'm angry. So something that robbed me of my future. You robbed me of my future. You've robbed me of my future, and I'm angry. So just from saying it, really, you can start to find the rhythm in the words. So that would be my advice on how to write one. It would be to pick a conversation or a slogan, or read an article, read an interview with somebody, and pick it up, and then find the rhythm in it. Or maybe you could rap it, or or maybe get GarageBand on your phone and find some beats, and then just sort of talk over the top of it. You'll soon find it. But it's about listening and about research and trying to find the heart of an issue. So, what have we learned? Well, what I'd say about protest songs is this, that protest songs themselves don't change anything. People change things. But protest songs are part of a movement for change. They're about us being able to express what we feel about issues and to speak out and have our voice. And songs and music is a great way of connecting with people. If I wanted to tell you my opinions about climate change, I could stand here and I could go rah, 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 rah. And eventually you might sort of go, oh, he's going on again. But a song will get into your brain in a different way. So that's why they're interesting. And for them to work, they need repetition and they need a good, catchy slogan. And you're part of a long tradition if you write one of these. This has been going on for generations. We've got like Stormzy and Taylor Swift are like the popular end of it today, but this goes back and back into history. So it's quite an interesting topic. And so thank you for listening. I hope you got something out of it. I'm going to finish off by just playing you a little bit of another one by John Lennon, because, the Beatles were, the most popular band in the world, and he was a great songwriter at this. This is one he wrote in 1970. And he wanted to write it for a march. He wrote it on the Monday, recorded it on a Tuesday, and it was in the shops on the Friday. And that was quite unusual back then. But of course, today, that's very possible. You can record your stuff on your computer or even on your phone and get it banged up onto Spotify almost straight away. So why don't you have a go at that? And so we'll finish with this. This is a message from John Lennon, and it's called Power to the People. So listen out for the repetition, for that catchy slogan, Power to the People, and see if you think this makes a good protest song. Power to the people, power to the people, power to the people, power to the people, right on. When you say you want a revolution, you better get one right away. So get on your feet and get out into the streets singing power to the people, power to the people, power to the people, power to the people, right on. A million workers working for nothing. You better give them what they're really owed. So get up on your feet and get out into the streets singing power to the people, power to the people, power to the people, power to the people, right on. Thanks a lot for listening. I hope you've learned something about protest songs, and what's more, I hope you're going to go out and write one. Have fun. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.